Hey there everyone, this is Joe from Bullion Now, bullionnow.com.au, selling you the best bullion bars and coins shipped to you worldwide from Melbourne in Australia. This is your weekly precious metals technical analysis where we take a look at the big four: gold, silver, platinum and palladium. Now, I've got a couple of things to mention, so what I'll do, if you want to skip straight to the start of the technical analysis, I'll put a link to the time code in the info section of the YouTube page, so if you want to go there right now, please do so. However, couple of quick things. Of course, I really need to talk about our subscribers. You guys have been seeing the uptick in our subscribers. Right now, 810. That's almost 100 up from, I think, yesterday or the day before. And that's about 300 up from just a couple of days before that. Why? It's because of this video right here. PEB 1 kilo silver bar monster box epic unboxing. It didn't go viral as such, but it got listed on YouTube. The YouTube algorithm picked it up on people's home screens and they kind of got it as a recommended video, so it went hog wild for a bit. It's settled down a bit now, but we've got a whole bunch of new subscribers, so thanks and welcome to all. Thanks for joining the winning team. You've joined the family. If you're not already joined the winning team, do so by hitting the big red subscribe button right there. And to say thank you to all the new subscribers, we posted this video right here, International Under Spot Special, where we're selling all that gold and silver you see right there for 2% under spot with free shipping internationally. It's only available to international subscribers, not available to people in Australia. Now, to all those who've sent us messages, we've received a lot of them. We haven't forgotten about you. We're just getting through all the inquiries, plus, serving customers and doing all the other things we do. And it's a little bit more fiddly figuring out the weights and all that stuff, and dealing with international customers with different types of payment structures and things like that. So be aware, if you have sent us an email and we haven't responded yet, doesn't mean we've lost it. It's just we're getting through all the inquiries. We've had a bunch of them. I mean, can you imagine? We had nearly 300 new subscribers in the last week, and a lot of them have, not all, but a lot of them have inquired about this particular video. So we will get to you very soon. And lastly, we had a little bit of feedback, and very correctly as well, from some international subscribers, just mentioning how one part of the website said that we did do international shipping, and another part said that we didn't, so we fixed that. So yes, we definitely do international shipping, and also the shipping rates weren't calculating in the store. So I've also fixed that. So let's just give you a quick example. Let's just maybe do a pretend buy. That's me, tester. Welcome, tester. Let's see, we'll just add a few. Add to the order. Now, I've set my address as somewhere in the United States, so we'll go up to the view of the cart and we'll go to checkout, and it should automatically now calculate. Here we go. Yes, first name test, last name tester. Checkout procedure. There we go, right there. So you can see it's automatically calculated. It's under 200 grams, so it's automatically calculated for international shipping. Of course, be aware that international shipping is going to cost more than it would for regular domestic shipping. So it's a certain flat rate for us up to a certain amount. Then after every kilogram, it's about an extra 10 Australian dollars. So for example, you'll see if I popped it up to about 10 ounces and update the cart, you're going to see it's now a $20 rate. Now, if I did it up to say 20 ounces, or let's even say a full tube of those, you're going to see it's probably upping about another $10. Yeah, there you go. So between 500 grams and a kilo's worth is about 30 Australian dollars, that is. So it's less in US dollars. So just so you know, that's how it works. And you proceed through the checkout, and then we'll send you special payment details based on where you are. So we have UK, we have Euro, we have US bank details, we have New Zealand bank details, etc. So there's many different options to pay. All right, that is it. And we're back right here doing the technical analysis. Let's take a look at gold. I think this might be pretty quick. I'm going to stay unbiased for now. So to the new subscribers, what happens every week is I take a look at the metals. I tell you where I think the prices might go if the price goes lower, and where it might go if the price goes higher. And I either stay unbiased or I'm biased to a 51% either side, because I like to stay as close to the fence as possible, because I'm not a financial advisor, and this is only what I would do in my own personal circumstance, right? So I don't want to say it's 100% going to here or 100% going to there. Last week I think I was unbiased. The week before I was biased to the downside, and that's when we did see that dip up from here down to that lower 1460. Oh, am I a betting man? If I'm a betting man, let me take a quick look on the monthly. I would say we'd still need to worry, or we still need to keep in account the dead cat bounce on the monthly time frame. So look, I'm going to stay unbiased for gold, and I'll give you the cheat sheet. I'm going to stay unbiased for silver as well. But for example, let's take a look on the monthly time frame. This is where you can come up to a peak, and we peaked at 1911 right there, and then we came all the way back up to 1800. And people who aren't as experienced with investing, and haven't watched many cycles go by, they say, oh, the price is coming back, that's it, we're done, that's it, we're back, we're heading higher, and then bang, you have a lower price. That little dead cat bounce right there. We saw it on the weekly time frame, or at least on the daily time frame in gold. Yeah, we saw that. So it's actually more on the weekly. Let's just pop here. Of course, I'm using the tradingview.com website. It's priced in US dollars. As we are in Australia, we'll take a quick look at the Australian dollar as well, but we like to base everything on the US dollar because that's kind of, it's the standard. So that's where we came up to right there. We had that. We were coming up to here, and I was suggesting, hey guys, watch out for the dead cat bounce, and then we saw that come down. But that's on the weekly time frame. Now you can easily have that on the monthly time frame as well. I'm absolutely not saying it's going to happen, but I'm telling you it has happened before. So if it does have another spike down, don't be surprised. That's all I'm saying. So, maybe have a little spare cash, a little bit of spare dry powder up your sleeve in your truck. And maybe get ready to back up the truck if it does happen. I'm absolutely not saying it's happening, but if we were moving down, where would we move to? And I've mentioned these last week. The next places I thought we would move down to would be possibly down to... Did I get rid of that? Yeah, I did say, I think about 1430, either 1430 or smashing through down to this trend line right here. See, through these key lows, these key higher lows, 1, 2, you wouldn't give that a third one, but all the way through there. I think it could come right back down to there, possibly even to test right here at 1375. So the max it would go to would be 1375. If I was a betting man, I'd say if it dead cat bounced, it might dead cat bounce just down. Depends when it did it. Yeah, look, the lowest would be 1375. In my opinion, we wouldn't be going lower than that if this is the dead cat bounce. And of course, moving higher from here, I've already got my targets in. The next move up would be close to your sort of $1685 to $1,700 level. And if that smashes through that and we just keep going, then 1,800 US dollars is our next mark. And of course, from there is to the all-time high. And this again is on the monthly time frame. So take a look, for example. After 3 months of red candles down, we had 1, 2, 3, 4 months, and we've gone all the way from 1270 all the way up. And look at the distance there. So there's it's an easy possibility for us to have a few months of a decent rise, and we could easily look at that. I mean, the distance between there and there is almost the same between there and 1800. So we could easily hit 1800 before having a large retracement, which we will at some point, of course. So that is in gold. Let's take a quick look at gold in Australian dollars. And that's XAU AUD. And the same thing, we had the peak and now we're down. And I would just be wary of the dead cat bounce. Not saying it's going to happen, just be wary of it. But we're currently hovering at 22.05 in Australian dollars. Again, like I say, every single week, doesn't really matter what the Australian dollar is doing, because it all depends on the US dollar and the US dollar against the Australian dollar. So let's take a look at silver now. My good old friend silver. right here. Okay, here we are on the monthly. Let's take a look at the weekly. And of course, we came off that high, $19.70 roughly. And just like I said a couple of weeks ago, watch out for that dead cat bounce right here. And I said, you know, we could possibly watch out for a dead cat bounce on the weekly, and we did come all the way back down. That was a correct call. I was 51% biased to the downside. That's to what, that 1690 level. I think I called it at about 1670. Didn't get quite down there. We're back up. If you take a look in this daily time frame right here, we broke through this triangle down, and then we're sort of skirting around it at the moment. Again, like gold, we could shoot right up from here, absolutely. But again, like gold, I would just take a look on the monthly. And can we notice any similar patterns? I think we certainly can, and one is right here. This is when we came up from the high of 1380, the low of 1380, sorry, to the high of 21. That's back in July of 2016. Then we had that dip. Then we had that rise. Look at that long green wick right there, and then bang down. And that's again on the monthly time frame. What have we got here? We've got a rise, we've got a peak, we've got a red candle, we've got a peak back up again, a decently long green candle there. Just, I'm saying, not going to happen, necessarily going to happen, but if it does, absolutely don't be shocked, okay? Don't be crying over spilt milk. Just know that at least one person told you that it is possible. And if we were moving down from here, I think I said definitely for me, this area right here is too close to this previous low right there. So we'd be definitely heading down to at least 1620. However, if we do a quick bit of Fibonacci analysis right here, let's take a look at the low, and we'll take a look at the high here. And what you'll see is, there's so many lines there, guys, I know. Let's see, right. Where are we? Right there. We came close-ish. We went past the 68.1.8. We came close-ish to the 78.6 level. I know there's lots of lines there. Let me see if I can do that a little better on this one. For example, this low and this high. So it wouldn't surprise me if we came down to visit. Yeah, see, for me here, if you can see that, that's the 61.8 retracement based on this low and this high, and that's at $16.30. Doesn't seem low enough for a dead cat bounce. I would say we would come anywhere close to $15.50. So $15.50 for me would be the absolute lowest if we had a dead cat bounce and we just really sailed down. So $15.50 is my absolute low point for silver, and of course moving higher. We've got the, as I said before, you've got that old high of 21. Up from there, you'd be looking at, I'll put it in right now, why not? You've got this horizontal line. I'd be looking at right, actually that's very close to here. So maybe I'll put it in at the $26, the infamous $26 level. So after 21, you'd be looking at around 26 as your big major monthly candle tops before, you know, further retracements. So I reckon we could hit that sort of 21 mark, possibly a little bit higher, and then if we're continuing higher, head up to 26 and then have a retracement. But I'm not calling it either way. I am unbiased for both, but don't be surprised for the dead cat bounce. Okay, let's look at, as I'm losing my voice, let's take a look at Palladium. No, Platinum, sorry guys, Platinum. I called it last week that, or at least I thought, that on the weekly what you'll see here is we had been in that long range right there, just trading in that triangle pattern. We finally broke out of it. I was suggesting we would have a retracement at some point, and we did, and lo and behold, we hit right almost bang on this trend line. And since then, when we hit that trend line, I said personally, in my own opinion, that that's it. We are not heading any lower, in my personal opinion, in terms of Platinum from here. Big call, hey, but I think that's the low for quite a while. Now, absolutely could be wrong, of course. No, not financial advice, but we have seen a quick little uptick in the price. I think we may have a little retracements back and forth, but I think we're heading up eventually. I don't see it heading further back down. Again, just my personal opinion. and please do your own research. If, for example, though, if we were to head down, I was talking about a couple of prices. Last time we were talking about 845. We're talking about here at 830 and the bottom end of this trend channel right here. Depends when it hits, but if it did it in the next month, for example, you'd be looking at about $815. And below there, well, let's not even talk about that. I just don't think it's going that low. And going higher from here. Moving higher, the next ones, of course, I think, as I said last time, I think this high here of $1,027 is too close to this previous little high here of $1,000. It's got to jump up higher than that. So I would suggest that this level right here of approximately 1,090, between 1,090 and 1,100 is your next big mark before we have a little bit more of a retracement. And moving high from here, of course, you've got this level right there. You can see it's pretty easy stuff to figure out, isn't it, guys? At approximately $1,200. But I think the skies are looking good for platinum. The skies are looking even better for palladium. If you don't own any palladium, I'm not giving you financial advice. And of course, I'm biased, and I'm, always assume I'm trying to sell you something because we happen to have 1 ounce palladium in stock right now at bullionnow.com.au. Actually, it's not on the website, so you'd have to send us an email to sales at bullionnow.com.au. But we are heading, in my opinion, without a doubt, we are heading to $2,000 US very soon. Because what you can see here on the weekly is when we broke through, and when I called for the breakthrough above this this ascending triangle right here, I was calling for an imminent breakout. It took a little bit longer than I thought, but we did see the breakout, and then we've had that little top out at approximately about 1,700, that tiny little dip, but that was a short-lived dip, and we are now heading back up. I'm not even going to do the down targets. I'm that confident that we are heading further higher from here. I might eat my words next week, but I'm not even going to tell you the low points. You can probably figure them out for yourself anyway if you just sort of pause this and have a look at the lines right there. But we are, without a doubt, let me just get rid of this. We are heading to $2,000. Why? Because it's a psychological value, and the $2,000 mark, that's this blue line right here, it's never been seen before. We're in all-time high unknown territory. So when you're in unknown territory, psychological values come more into play rather than, if you hit it once and then you're heading, it's less likely you're going to hit it and have a second large retracement. But from here, that'll be a short-term retracement from 2,000. Could be totally wrong, but I just feel like 2,000 is a nice even number. It's a psychological value in my opinion, and I think we might just see, we'll head up, maybe it'll take a couple of months to head to 2,000, and then we'll have a little bit of a dip, maybe down to this Fibonacci level at approximately, that is at about $1,680, $1,700. From there, well, that's a good question. The next high from 2000 is this Fibonacci level right here of 2,640. And again, all of this is calculated from the previous all-time high of about 1085, 1100, and this low right here. Excuse me, where are we? Right there. No, not the low. Excuse me. Why didn't that work? Oh, I know what I've done. There we go. That's better. The high right there and the low right there. That adjusts the... I think I may have mucked that up a little. That adjusts it a little bit. Sorry, guys. $2,000 mark definitely still in play. Closer to 2,600 would be the Fibonacci level at the 2.618. And we'd certainly have a retracement from there. So that's my call with Palladium. Definitely heading to 2,000. We might shoot through it, and we might head straight to 2,600. You never know over the next few months with a couple of little dips, but the next big major move is either going to finish at 2,000 or finish, in my opinion, at about 2,600 based on the Fibonacci of that high and that low. And that is Palladium. I didn't do silver in Australian dollars, but I'm just going to skip through that because this has become a long video. And lastly, of course, the gold to silver ratio. Right here, we had a spike down, as we know. We had that high of about 93.3, the spike down to about 80. And what are we? We're back up. We're back up to approximately 86, and now we're back down to approximately 85. I've been calling for the 1 to 100 to be visited at least a little bit before we start heading back down again. I'm going to stay with that call. There's no real science behind it or technical analysis. It's just really a gut feeling because we've visited the 1 to 100 level twice before in recorded history. And I think we're so close to it. I think, we could hit it. If gold has a big run before silver does, then you could easily see that quickly spike up to 100 to 1. If that happens and I'm at work on the day, I am selling the one piece of gold that I own, which is a 22 carat quarter ounce of gold. It's a ring that I wear that I took with me when I was traveling overseas, and I'll sell that and I'll buy some more silver with it. Why? Because I'm an all silver guy. I love my silver, and a lot of you will be too, but gold's great investment as well. But with the gold to silver ratio so high, silver for me personally is a great play. I'm not telling you not to buy gold, but that's just my personal opinion. And of course, if you're not subscribed and this is the first time you're watching, well, join the family. Hit the big red subscribe button right there. Join the winning team. We're kicking goals here. Just, picture it. Just imagine that ball just going right in the center of the goal. It's with a slight curve on it and the crowd goes wild. That's all you need to do. By hitting that big red button, you'll get that feeling as soon as you do. You'll get a giant dopamine hit as soon as you hit the big red subscribe button. That's it, gang. Of course, bullionnow.com.au. Taking international orders, international shipping charges are now up there, and so it will automatically calculate. And that's it, gang. Stay safe, and we'll speak to you soon.